ng HR Collaboration is a registered non-profit organization na nagpo-provide ng virtual and face-to-face learning to all HR professional, enthusiasts, and small-medium business owner. And currently, we have 15,600 members and counting. So sa 4 na taon po natin, napakabilis po ng ating pag-grow. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng tumatangkilik, nagtitiwala sa HR Calabarzon. Ang ating event po this afternoon ay brought to you by Boss Job. Ayan po, ang inyong pong lingkod ay ang founder and president ng HR Calabarzon at currently po ay HR manager sa isang renewed 26 years old food manufacturing company. Ako po ay isa sa seasoned and committed HR na ang expert po ay nasa compensation and benefits. May kaunti po nakaalaman sa mandatory statutory benefits for worker and comprehensive understanding sa ating paiba-ibang labor laws in the Philippines for almost, actually for 2 decades na pala nagbilang ako dahil sa isa po tayo sa na-nominate sa Philippine HR Group na Pillars of HR. Nung nagbilang po ako ay nagpasa pala ako ng 2 decades. Nakakayamang aminin. Ayan. All this was, syempre, nagawa po natin while balancing my role as an HR professional and a dedicated single mother sa aking pong binata na BS Chem ang course ngayon. BS Cream pala, sorry. So, ano nga po pala, sa mga ka-HR namin dyan na hindi pa po namin nakakasama sa ating Viber community, please do scan the QR code. At dito po marami po tayong announcement. May webinars and learning, HR announcement, latest news and update. Wala po ditong discrimination as long as, syempre wala po tayong, bawal po dito yung magmura, bawal pong manira, mga ganyan po. So tayo po ay more on kung saan tayo makakatulong sa ating mga ka-HRs, ka-HR Calabarzon. You could also follow us sa Facebook, Viber, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And marami na po tayong pwedeng pagkakitaan mga ka-HR. Ngayong hapon po ay sasamahan tayo ng isa sa ating Board of Director. Ang ating pong makakasama ay si Ma'am Maria. She earned a degree in mass communication and unexpectedly entered the HR field. So hindi lang po ako nag-iisa, mga accidental HR field while working as operations supervisor for a leading port operator in the Philippines. Siya rin po ay nagkaroon ng halos accumulated of 17 years of experience in HR. Siyempre po, hindi lang po sa isang company, sa multinational companies, both locally and abroad. She is a certified competency-based interviewer, a certified practitioner in human resource, a certified compensation and benefits professional, and a certified recruitment and selection professional. Ikaw na talaga, Ma'am Maria. She is currently the head of the HR at Choose Your Shoes Philippines, a Dutch manufacturer of customized orthopedic shoes, and serve as one of the board of directors for HR Calabarzon. Let's all welcome Ma'am Maria Lee Sumadchat. Hi, Ma'am Maria.
Hi, good afternoon. Kulang pa ako ng learning and development. So yun na lang yung target ko. Nice to see you all this afternoon.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, ikaw na. Sa'yo na. Sa'yo na yung trono. Ayan. Mga ka-HR, sa lahat po ng gustong makakuha ng e-certificate for this learning with our mentor speaker this afternoon, ang attendees po ay nire-require natin o we request a minimal fee of 50 pesos per webinar per attendee. Ang payment po ay through GCash with the GCash number 0919-009-6339. Siyempre po ang link at QR code para sa payment at para sa mga e-certificate ang ating Google form ay i-announce or ipapakita po natin during the webinar. Payment links are accessible until bukas po ng hating gabi. Ang ating pong e-certificate ay ipapadala po sa inyo after 3 working days. Hindi po kasama ang Saturday, Sunday, and holidays. So, ibig sabihin po, matatanggap niyo po ang e-certificate for today's e-learning on Friday. Friday. O, di ba? Binilang ko po talaga. Friday. Please note that the payment of 50 pesos is non-refundable and non-transferable. We also do not accept o hindi po namin ini-entertain ang e-certificate request via email nor private messages for auditing purposes. Ang atin po ulit GCash number, please do scan the QR code 0919-009-6339. This is under my name po, Maria Nedeline Estrella. So, ma'am, let's thank our sponsor this afternoon.
Yes, okay. So thank you to Beck Printing Services for quality printing services you can trust for your customized printing services. Please call Beck over at their mobile phone, and you can email them and visit their Facebook page.
Also, we'd like to thank Butterfly Events OPC. Offers hair and makeup, nail art, glitter tattoo, 3D tattoo, face painting, and candy buffet. Get your girls unlimited makeover with Butterfly Kiddie Salon. Please do call them at 0906-484-6339.
Okay, so parating na naman ang mga Christmas, no? Mga Christmas party natin. Syempre, para maiba naman tayo, baka gusto naman magkaroon ng mga food carts and kiddie salon and game booths and all that. So please do contact M&A Food Fund over at their mobile number, email, or Facebook page as shown.
Also, we would like to thank G-Jobs from Powered by PasaJob. Trabaho para sa lahat ng manggagawa. Please do screenshot their contact number and email address.
And syempre, kay Formidea, your strategic partner utilizing servicification in identifying relevant business interventions. Nakakabulong talaga servicification. Please do get in touch with them at their mobile, email, or visit their website.
Also, we would like to thank NEN Digital, a digital marketing company focused on helping businesses succeed. We create customized, innovative solutions using advanced technology and market insight. Please do screenshot your screen para po makuha ang kanilang contact number and email address.
And of course, we'd like to thank Boss Jobs. They provide speedy communications between talents and bosses to eliminate lengthy application process through direct chat. Please get in touch with them as indicated on the page.
And we would like to invite everyone for next week. Kung last week po, actually last week, nabitin po kayo sa ating mainit na pinag-usapan about employment termination. As requested po, due to popular demand ng ating mga almost 300 participant last time, magkakaroon po tayo ng part 2 on August 31 at 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. We will be also live ulit sa Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook Live. So ito po ay parang fireside chat, more on panel on the 113 HRE Knowledge Learning Series brought to you by Boss Job and Barroso Law Office, Navigating Employment Termination in the Philippines. Please do scan the QR code para po makapag-join kayo sa amin.
We would like to invite everybody to our second face-to-face paid learning, the Finance Fluency for non-finance managers, budgeting performance analysis and impact on the bottom line. Siyempre, di ba, as HR, it's really hard to sell ideas or concepts if you don't talk the numbers. Most of the time, your bosses most likely wouldn't listen to you at first hand. Pero siyempre, once you talk numbers, at least you'll know what to say and how to do it. So this would really help. We hope you can join us. We still have the early bird until when, Neddy? Until Monday?
August 25, ma'am.
Yeah, August 25. Tapos noon, we had the early bird of 5,000. Pero may online na rin po kami. Ang online po namin is at 3,000 pesos, I believe. Yeah, so please do scan the QR code and I hope you join us.
And we also would like to invite you for the 114 HRE Knowledge Data-Driven HR Decision Making. This is brought to you by the General Manager of Cambridge University Press and Assessment, Mr. Ronnie Manyala. On September 7 from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. by Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Please do scan the QR code to join.
And I would like to invite you to the CRSP, which is a Certified Recruitment and Selection Professional Cohort 27. Pang-ilang cohort ka, Neddy?
Hindi pa ako
Nagano ka
kanya,
pa?
ma'am.
Hindi ka pa ba? Oo, ganyan. So, cohort 27 na po. No? This is on September 13 and 14. Please do get in touch with IHRI for more information.
Also, we would like to invite everyone to join the PSQ, the Philippine Society Quality's 34th National Quality Forum on September 12 to 13 at Manila Hotel. Collaboratively, innovation, shaping quality for generation ahead. Please do scan the QR code to join.
And eto na. Yun nga, okay. We have the second HR e-knowledge summit on November 16, 2024. We really hope you can join us this time. The theme is Elevate and Excel, HR's Blueprint for Organizational and Employee Success. Please to scan the QR code to be able to register and join us, and we really hope to see you there.
Ayan na nga, ma'am. Eto na. Madalas, ma'am, kasi nagiging topic natin is how an employee branding. This time, tingnan naman natin, paano ba mamamaster ng mga, lalo na ng mga HR, di po ba, ng mga HR, ang employer branding para mas maka-attract, mas maka-engage, at makapag-retain tayo ng mga top talent. Kasi ito yung medyo isa sa magiging concern nating mga HR. Tama ba, Ma'am Maria?
Oo, kasi hindi lang naman kasi dapat na ang niisip lang natin paano mag-recruit, paano mag-attract ng talent, but it's really all about how do we market our employer, and of course to do that we need some guidance. That's why we are here.
Yes. At dahil dyan, ma'am, please do introduce our speaker this afternoon.
Okay, so today we have Ms. Doreen Cooper. She is an international learning and development professional specializing in communication and essential professional skills. She holds a degree in organizational communication from De La Salle University, which provided a strong foundation for her career in various fields. Her professional journey began at McKinsey, the world's leading management consulting firm, where she gained extensive experience in marketing, sales, recruitment, events management, business strategy, and regional communications. This diverse background has been instrumental in shaping her career. As an author, Doreen self-published her first book, Adulting: 5 Secrets to Embracing Change in Life and Career. She is also an active content creator on social media, earning recognition as one of LePaya's 30 Visionary Leaders in 2023, HR Influencer of the Year 2022, at the Philippine HR Awards, and #1 most influential Filipino on LinkedIn for 2022 by VB Consulting in partnership with Connected Women, and one of the top 100 Filipinos to follow on LinkedIn for 3 consecutive years. Please join us in welcoming Ms. Doreen Cooper.
Thank you very much to our wonderful hosts. Thank you very much for having me today. Talaga naman po, nakakatuwa po to be back here with our HR Calabarzon family. Ako po, palagi po ako nagpapasalamat sa opportunity to be able to help out and to be able to join our event. So let me just get started by sharing my screen.
Thank you so much for your time today, Ms. Doreen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me po, Ms. Maria, and of course, Ms. Neddy, na napaka-hardworking, both of you, grabe, even on a Saturday. Ayan, so I hope that you can see my screen already.
Yes,
Kung
po.
thank you very much po. Now, last year po, during our HR Calabarzon live event in Alabang, I had the privilege of giving a talk on HR branding. And yun po ang gagawin ko na medyo basis din ng ating talk today. It's a bit of an intimate group, no? 20 plus lang po tayo. So that just means na mas maraming opportunities po to participate yung mga kasama natin ngayon sa ating afternoon session. Now, some of the concepts, kung naka-join po kayo last year sa amin in Alabang, some of the concepts will remain the same. Pero meron po akong mga binago, meron po akong mga dinagdag, and ang focus po natin, sabi nga po ni Ms. Maria, instead na HR branding, it's on employer branding this time. Kasi sabi nga po niya, napakahalaga po na for us to be able to attract, engage, and retain top talent na maintindihan din natin ano yung pwede natin gawin from a branding standpoint. The reality is po, most of us, of course, want to attract, engage, and retain top talent. Pero ang tanong, ano ba talagang ginagawa natin to be able to do this? Kumbaga, para lang po yung pumupunta tayo ng gym, halimbawa, nag-exercise ka. Di ba? Hindi naman tayo gigising na sobrang fit mo na, sobrang toned mo na, di ba? It's a process. Ganon din po yung pag-uusapan natin ngayong hapon. Hindi po tayo gigising one day na ay, andyan na lahat ng top talent. Pero ang tanong, ano ba yung proseso na pwede nating gawin to be able to help us attract, engage, and retain them? So ayan po, simulan na po natin. Now, I'd like to start with some chat box questions. So kung may access po kayo sa chat box ninyo, I invite you po to please answer or help me answer these questions. Para po ba sa inyo, how would you want to be described as an HR professional? Doon po muna natin simulan. If for example, alam niyo yung sabi nila about reputation, no? It's what people say when you're not in the room. So kung wala po kayo in the room, ano po yung gusto nyong sabihin ng mga tao about you? Pa-share naman po sa chat box. Baka po yung iba sa inyo gusto ninyo masabi, ano kayo, honest, yung iba hardworking, yung iba magaling, matalino. Kung ano pa po yan, please let us know in the chat box. Sige po, I'll give you a moment para po sa, kumbaga, importante din kasi na alam natin, ano nga ba yung gusto natin? Kumbaga, if you're not in the room, ano yung gusto mong masabi ng mga iba about you? What do you want your reputation to say about you? Nako, baka nahihiya po ang ating ibang mga ka-HR. Pero sige po, so just think about this. And this brings me to another question. Ito naman po. How would you want others to think of your company? So kanina po, pinag-uusapan natin, how would you want others to think of you? Sabi natin, especially if you're not in the room. Ayan, thank you so much, Miss Joanna. Approachable daw. Ayan, excellent. Ayan po, pumapasok na po ang ating mga answers. No? Meron po ako nakita from Miss Kalin. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Transparent and with integrity. Ito naman, sabi ni Miss Jem po ba ito? As an HR professional, I want to be described as balanced. Okay. Sabi ni Miss Marie, empathetic. Sabi ni Miss Maria, with integrity. Okay. Ito po, kung yun po ang gusto ninyo about you as a professional, pag-usapan naman po natin yung company, kung saan kayo nagtatrabaho. How would you want people to describe the company? So pareho pa rin po, if you're not in the room, wala sa room ang leaders, ano kaya yung gusto nating sinasabi ng mga tao about our company? Para lang po yung pumasok kayo ng coffee shop, tapos papasok kayo ng coffee shop, naririnig nyo may nag-uusap, aplikante. Ano kaya yung magandang sinasabi nila about the company? Ano po sa tingin nyo? Ayan. So eto po, sabi si Sir Jonel po ito, I'm guessing. The real people first company. Sabi naman ni Ms. Kalin, customer or service-centric company. Sige po, please just keep your answers coming. Ayan, sabi ni Ms. Maria, a company who cares for its employees. Sige po. Ayan pa po. Sabi ni Ms. Jem, I want others to think of my company as innovative, yet people first. Okay. And sabi ni Miss Maris, nabasa ko, hindi ko pa po yata ito nabasa, a company who cares for all of its stakeholders. All right. So kaya ko po tinatanong itong questions na to kasi as we think about employer branding, importante po na alam natin tong mga to. Ano ba yung mga gusto nating sinasabi about us? Ano ba yung gusto nating sinasabi about the company? Tapos baka iniisip po ng iba sa inyo, Doreen, bakit pati ako? And pinag-uusapan natin employer branding. The reason po bakit meron tayong question about you is because at the end of the day, ang brand ambassadors po ng company are the employees. Kasama po tayo doon, no? Kasama po kayo doon. As HR lalo, tayo po ang face of the heart of the company or the face of the people in the company. So kung ano po yung sinasabi about us, nagre-reflect din po yan sa company natin. And that's part po of what we will be discussing in employer branding. Okay. So sabi nga po natin, no, employer branding. Well, in a moment, i-define po natin ano ang ibig sabihin ng employer branding. But for now, siguro po, I also want to be able to share a bit with you about my own professional journey. Kanina po pinakilala po ako ni Miss Maria. And of course, ako po, I'm very, very thankful sa lahat po ng nagawa natin over the years, pati po sa recognitions na nakuha natin. Ako po, honestly, yung sinasabi ko po palagi is, yung pong recognitions na yan, I share it with people I work with. Kayo po, kasama po tayo dyan. Kasi kung hindi po dahil sa mga interactions natin, kung hindi po dahil sa journey that I'm able to share with you, hindi din naman po natin makukuha yung recognitions na mga yon. Now, I mentioned that also because gusto ko lang din pong balikan na alam niyo po yung kasabihan na it takes a village. Honestly po, ako, I have a lot to thank my former employer for. Yung pong former, going back to employer branding. And this will tell you, ang lakas din po ng brand ng former employer ko. I won't go into detail about my former employer, pero yung po kasing saan ako I used to work, where I resigned 10 years ago, maganda po yung naging exposure ko dun sa kumpanya. Ang exposure ko po kasi na nakuha, hindi lang po dito sa Philippines, pero pati rin po sa region. Nagtitrain po ako outside of the Philippines. Tapos may times po na actually po yung virtual training na tinatawag na biglang naging popular nung pandemic, sinimulan ko na po siyang gawin in 2011 kasi napaka-advanced po ng technology of the company that I used to be part of. So yung po talagang training na nakuha ko, nakahasa po talaga ng skills. Ako po sobrang thankful ko for that. And up to now, honestly po, mahirap yung trabaho. Pero up to now, when I meet people, I only speak very highly about my former employer. Actually po, yung employer na yun, nandyan po, McKinsey, they became my first client also when I became a consultant. And I would like to use this as an example of employer branding. Sabi nga po natin, it's what your reputation is what people say when you're not in the room. And makikita nyo po, kahit wala na po ako dun sa former company ko, kahit sinasabi ko, oo, mahirap yung trabaho, pero very grateful ako. And I really continue to speak very highly about my former employer. So ang tanong po, ano po pwede kong i-share sa inyo ngayon that can help us learn more about how to brand our companies better? Personally po, I had to do a deep dive into branding when I left my former employer in 2014. I had to do that kasi nung ako po ay pumasok sa industriya ng consulting and professional speaking, wala po akong kilala kahit na sino. And I also didn't know what does it mean to be successful in this new industry na pinasok ko. And there were some things that I realized, yun po ay ilan sa mga bagay na i-share ko sa inyo ngayong hapon. To get started po, simulan po natin with a definition of employer branding. Sabi po natin dito, and this is according to LinkedIn, meron po tayong mga contributors na sumulat nito sa LinkedIn. that employer branding is something that lives and give me a second, lives and breathes in the minds and hearts of your candidates and employees. Kaya nga po, kahit wala na dyan si employee, ano yung mga sinasabi niya about the company? Sabi natin dito, it is how you proactively manage your employer brand to market your company to desired job seekers. At ang pinakamaganda po dyan, kung hindi natin actively minamarket, pero parang ano siya, organic na nangyayari at maganda yung lumalabas ng mga messages about the company. Sabi natin, how do we do that? By showcasing our organization's unique cultural differentiators and amplifying them to position your company as a desirable place to work. Without a positive employer brand, hiring and retaining talented employees becomes challenging and costly. Meron po akong mga nami-meet na mga kliyente. Halimbawa, meron pong isang client na recently na come across ko siya na hindi siya masyadong kilala na kumpanya. And sa totoo lang po, nahihirapan sila to target top talent. Gustong-gusto nila, pero hirap na hirap sila kasi hindi po talagang na-establish through the years yung brand ng company. So ito po yung isa nating sinasabi na it can become challenging and costly. Ito pong company na sinasabi ko, ang isa po nila ngayong strategy is mataas po sila, sobrang taas po nila magbayad. Above market average po sila magbayad, way above ng mga talent. In fact, ano po, like you can go to them, hindi ko po sasabihin kung sinong company ito. Pag po sila ay nag-extend ng offer, very flexible po sila kung magkano ang gusto nyong pay. Basta importante sa kanila, makuha nila yung top talent. Pero yun po yung sinasabi natin, kung hindi po na-establish ang employer branding, it becomes more costly, tsaka mas challenging. Kasi meron po akong kakilala na nag-extend na sila ng offer, pero kahit na sinabihan itong kakilala ko na, name your price, ayaw pa rin niya, nag-hesitate pa rin siya kasi hindi niya kilala yung kumpanya. So yun po yung sinasabi natin na kung maganda yung employer brand, hindi mo kailangan sabihin name that price kasi to begin with, kayo po yung hinahabol ng applicants natin. And kahit na sabihin na merong negotiation na nangyayari, hindi niyo po siguro kakailanganin to spend all that much kung maganda yung brand ng kumpanya natin. So, ayun po ang ating isang example of what this means. And ngayon po kasi, especially in the age of social media, hindi na po sapat na maganda lang ang performance ng kumpanya. Kailangan po pati ang perception ng ibang tao sa kumpanya maganda rin. Lalo pa ngayon na napakadali na mag-viral ng kung ano man sa social media. Minsan po kahit hindi nako-confirm nag-viral na. 'Di ba? Ang dami pong mga ganyan na nangyayari. Ang daming nadadala ng emosyon. Biglang nagre-react na sa post, kumbaga. Meron po recently akong nakam across na negosyante. Sobrang frustrated nila with the customer. Kasi yung pong customer daw, merong gusto, hindi nakuha exactly yung gusto, pero nakapag-negotiate. Okay na po, nasara na po yung transaction. Pero ang ginawa ni customer, nagreklamo pa rin sa social media at nag-viral po ito. Kaya nga sinasabi natin, yun po yung mahirap in the age of social media. Kaya po ngayon, ang mga business ingat na ingat po sa kanilang pangalan, which is good naman po. But that's also one reason na kailangan po maganda at mag-invest tayo sa employer branding. Kasi nga po ngayon, hindi na enough ang performance lang, kailangan po pinagsasabay ang performance and perception. Pinagbabangga po yan, pinagsasabay para maging maganda ang brand ng ating company. Ayun po. And we're just getting started. Ang dami pa po nating pag-uusapan this afternoon. Ito po ang ilan sa mga example ng brands na alam po natin generally maganda po ang reputation. Siyempre, minsan po merong mga hindi magandang nangyaring ganito or ganyan. Pero generally po, ito po, mga kilala po itong companies na ito to have good employer brands. Ang Singapore Airlines po, di ba recently nagkaroon po ng untoward incident, yung pong flight from London to Singapore na nagkaroon ng major turbulence. major turbulence po na nagkaroon po ng, I'm sorry to have to mention this, medyo trigger warning po. Meron pong death na nangyari sa flight. Meron po yatang hindi naka-seatbelt when it happened. Tumama po dun sa roof or something ng airline. You can research this po if you want to learn more, no? Pero despite that, ang Singapore Airlines po, napakaganda pa rin ng branding if you think about it. In fact, meron po akong kilalang proud Singaporean na diplomat. Ang sinasabi niya ay kahit na nangyari yon para sa kanya, Singapore Airlines pa rin. Kasi kung yun daw po nangyari sa Singapore Air, what more kung ibang airline pa, di ba? Ganyan po ka-strong ang brand ng Singapore Airlines. And actually, sila naman din po kasi ang #1 airline in the world last year, if I'm not mistaken. Hindi ko po alam this year ang rankings, wala pa po yata lumalabas, pero napaka-strong ng kanilang brand. Ang Google po, napaka-strong din ng brand and ng company culture. Recently po, just a couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of giving a talk to the regional leaders of Google. Napaka-strong po talaga ng company culture nila. Brilliant people. Kahit po na ako po yung nag-give ng talk, yung po yung isa sa mga talk talaga na kahit po ako yung speaker nila during the Q&A, ang dami ko rin pong natututunan sa ating participants. And you can see po talaga the Google culture. It's very strong. I have a brother-in-law who works with Google as well in North America na kita niyo po talaga na ibang-iba po talaga when they really feel as they are part of the company. Iba po ang culture. Napaka-strong at napakaganda din talaga ng brand around the world. Ang Starbucks po, napaka-strong brand din ito. Dito po sa Philippines, lalo sa Manila, halos po bawat kanto may Starbucks. At palaging maraming tao ang mga Starbucks branches. Ang Unilab, ganun din po ang pangangalaga nila ng kanilang brand. At talaga din naman po tinatangkilik ng mga Pilipino. Marami pa po. So these are just some examples. I share them with you kasi as we go into the rest of our discussion, sana po minsan isipin natin, ano po ba yung ginagawa nitong mga brand na to na nagiging maganda din for them. Kumbaga, pwede natin silang gawing example at pwede tayong matuto pa sa kanila. In fact, meron pong mga company na ang aspiration po masama dito sa Great Place to Work. Meron po ako a number of clients na very proud po dinidisplay itong Great Place to Work. Kasama na po dyan ay ang QBE Insurance. Kasama din po dyan ng ING. Ayan, nilalabas po nila yan ang kanilang mga Great Place to Work achievements. Again, this helps with your employer branding. So sa atin po dito na hindi pa po kasama sa Great Place to Work na list, baka po ito ay isang pwede nyo pong i-explore para po mas mapagtibay ang brand ng ating company. Now, ang dami po, no? Ang dami nating pwedeng pag-usapan pagdating sa branding. Pero ang isa rin pong mabibigay ko sa inyong tip is how to create a great brand for your company in 3 steps. So yun po, meron na tayong examples of companies na pwede tayong matuto from them. Meron din po tayong goal, sabi natin na pwedeng i-explore para po sa ating kumpanya, paano maging part ng Great Place to Work. Pero ang tanong, ano pa po ang pwede nating gawin to have an even stronger brand for our company? Para nga po, at the end of the day, we are able to attract, engage, and retain top talent. Ito po ang ating 3 steps na maibibigay ko sa inyo. Ang isa po dyan ay ang reality. Nasa na ba tayo? Just ano po yung naririnig natin na feedback about the company? Ano po yung naririnig natin inside the company na mga sinasabi ng mga tao about us? Kasi para po alam natin kung ano yung kailangan nating ayusin or baguhin, kailangan po tingnan natin nasa na ba tayo ngayon. Kumbaga, paano mo malalaman saan ka pupunta kung hindi mo alam kung nasan ka right now, di ba? Minsan po siguro yung iba sa inyo kagaya ko, nangyari na po ba sa inyo to? Ginugol ninyo, where am I right now? Kasi meron pong times naliligaw ako. Lalo na po, kung halimbawa, may pinuntahan kang ibang lugar, whether po sa loob ng Pilipinas yan or namasyal ka sa labas ng Pilipinas. Hindi ko po alam kung nakaka-relate kayo. Nangyari na po yan ilang beses sa akin. Nag-Google ako, where am I right now? Kasi hindi ko na po talaga malaman nasan ako. So ganun po yung sinasabi natin dito. Paano mo malalaman saan ka pupunta, kung anong direction yung iti-take mo, kung hindi mo alam kung nasan ka right now? So yun po ang unang-una natin kailangan gawin. Pakinggan natin, ano ba yung sinasabi ng mga empleyado natin about us? Ano ba yung sinasabi ng mga aplikante natin about us? At eto pa po, ano ba yung mga sinasabi ng mga tao sa exit interview nila? This is a great opportunity din po to learn about our company by trying to understand or trying to find out bakit din umaalis yung mga tao na nagre-resign from the company. And of course, outside naman po, anong sinasabi ng mga tao? Ano ba yung reputation natin? Yun din po ay magandang understanding kung paano po or saan tayo magsisimula. Team's purpose, and we'll talk more about this po in a bit. Ano po ba yung main purpose ng company, ng team natin? That's something that is also good for us to understand. And again, I'll talk to you more about that in a short while. Step 2 po is your goal. Kung alam mo na po kung nasan kang right now, identify naman natin ano yung pupuntahan natin, ano yung goal natin. Ano yung goal ng team, ano yung goal ng company, saan yung gusto natin na, ano yung gusto natin maging brand, kumbaga. How do we want to be known? So alam na po natin kung nasan tayo, alam na natin kung ano ang ating pupuntahan. Here's the third step. Ano naman po yung pwede nating gawin na parang action steps para makapunta from where we are to where we want to go. So yun po ang una, nasa na tayo? Pangalawa, saan tayo pupunta? And pangatlo, anong kailangan nating gawin to go from where we are to where we want to go? Yan po ang tatlo nating i-explore for the rest of our time this afternoon. So simulan po natin sa ating baseline. Okay, o kumbaga yung nasaan tayo. Alright, so how do we do this, no? There are different ways. Ito nga po, ang isa po doon, internally, yung pong nabanggit ko kanina. Pangalawa po is externally. Ano po yung mga sinasabi sa labas ng company about us, about our brand, about our company. Yan po ang mga gusto nating malaman. And here's another thing po. Yung iba po sa inyo, baka nakita na po itong framework na ito. This is the Gallup Q12 engagement hierarchy. And personally po, I think this is a great way to check for engagement, to check ano ba yung mga experiences ng employees natin within the company. So kung makikita niyo po siya, similar po siya sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Kung maalala niyo po, mga psychology classes natin in college, it's very similar to that. Parang dun siya naka-pattern after. So makikita din po natin na meron po tayong 4 levels: basic needs, individual needs, teamwork needs, at growth needs. Now, one way to check kung nasa na po tayo, bukod po sa mga sinasabi ng ating team members, at sinasabi ng mga tao na nasa labas din ng company, ng social media, ang isa rin po nating pwedeng gawin is to check the answers to these questions. For example po, tingnan po natin yung basic needs. Number 1, alam po ba ng bawat isang empleyado ng kumpanya natin kung anong dapat i-expect sa kanila sa trabaho? Number 2, nasa kanila na po ba sa team members natin, meron po ba silang lahat ng materials and equipment na kailangan nila to do their job? So ito po, very basic po siyang questions that will help us understand kung kamusta po ang experiences ng team members natin. Sige po, daanan ko lang po the rest of the questions. Pagdating po sa individual needs, do your team members feel po ba that they have the opportunity to do what they can do best every day? At kung wala, ano pong pwede nilang gawin to feel that way? Number 4, nabigyan nyo na po ba ng recognition or praise ang ating team members over the last 7 days? Hindi naman po kailangan dito na sobrang nag-uumapaw na recognition or praise. Pwede pong as simple as, uy, salamat na-appreciate ko na palagi kang nag-work so hard for the team. Na-appreciate ko yan. Maraming salamat. Pwede pong kahit ganun kasimple. Or for example, uy, alam ko this week, 2 beses na kinailangan mo mag-overtime kasi ang dami talaga nating kailangan gawin. Maraming salamat, na appreciate namin yun sa team. So ganun po yung ating sinasabi, no? Alam ko po, minsan iniisip natin, ginagawa lang naman yung trabaho niya. Pero kahit na po ginagawa lang ng team members natin ang trabaho nila, ang tanong, na-appreciate pa rin po ba natin that they are doing their best at what they do? Or kahit po, nako, feeling ko, pwede pa mag-improve yan. Pero ano po yung maganda sa ginawa ng team member natin this past week? Minsan po, no, nakakaano din po nakaka-encourage din po kapag nakikita natin na na-appreciate din yung ating ginagawa. Other things po, my supervisor or someone at work seems to care about me. There is someone at work who encourages my development. Ayan po. Ang development naman po, hindi lang po promotion, no? Marami pong ibang forms of development, and we can talk about that separately po kung yan po ay isang nakaka-interest po sa atin. Next, sa teamwork po, my opinions seem to count. The mission or purpose of my company makes me feel my job is important. My coworkers are committed to doing quality work, and I have a best friend at work. Yan po ay mga nakakaengganyo po sa ating team members na gawin na maayos ang trabaho nila at pumasok sa trabaho araw-araw. Next po, pagdating sa growth, in the last 6 months, someone at work has talked to me about my progress and their opportunities at work to learn and grow. And sabi nga po natin, ang growth hindi lang naman po siya promotion. Pwede pong nagdadagdag ng skills, ng challenges sa ating team member. Pwede pong may additional project. Sa iba pong companies, pwede din pong job rotation or nagsusubok ng mga tasks sa ibang department para matuto pa ng ibang skills ang ating team members. Yan po ang ating first tip ngayong hapon to identify kung nasa na po tayo. Let's reflect kung nasan tayo because these are things that can help us understand our employer branding right now. Next po is, where do you want to go? Oops, there we go. All right, where do you want to go? So pagdating po dito, gusto ko naman pong i-share sa inyo yung tinatawag na framework na 5 C's of a high performance team. 5 C's of a high performance team. So ito po, iisa-isahin din po natin ito, i-breakdown natin para mas ma-appreciate natin siya. Ano po ba yung 5 C's of a high performance team? Paano natin siya pwedeng magamit to help us understand where we want to go? Ang isa po dyan, common purpose or why. What is the purpose of the company? Why should team members do their work well? So quick kwento din po, another story for everybody. Some weeks ago din po, meron naman akong isang kliyente na ano po siya, trinain ko po yung leaders nila. So meron po kaming training para sa leaders nitong kliyenteng to. Tapos ang isa ko pong na-discover during the training, hindi po alam ng leaders ang purpose ng company. Kayo po ba alam niyo yung purpose ng company nyo? Kasi bakit napakahalaga ng purpose? Yung pong purpose ng company, something po yan na maeengganyo ang mga team members nyo to go to work every day. I'll give you po an example, no? Itong pong sinasabi kong company, ang akala nilang purpose nila yung actual na ginagawa nilang trabaho. Halimbawa, mag-file ng document, sample. Akala po nila yun yung purpose nila. Hindi po nila nakikita na yun yung what nila, yung paano nyo maa-achieve yung purpose, ano yung kailangan nyong gawin. Ang purpose po is something deeper. So upon further conversations po with the leaders, na-discover po namin na ang purpose nila is to help their clients succeed, number 1. Number 2, ito pong company na to, ang isa din po nilang napakalagang purpose is it's to help their companies, their clients, create jobs for others. Kasi yung pong trabaho nila, revenue generating po, nakakatulong sa companies na mga kliyente nila. So it was really to help their company, their clients create more jobs. So pangatlo pong purpose doon, it's to really help the Philippine economy also. So actually, ito po yung talagang tinatawag na para sa ekonomiya. Yun po yung ginagawa nila. Pero hindi po ito alam ng leaders ng company. Hindi po nila ito naiisip. And nagrereklamo po sila, may mga nagre-resign talaga sa company. Hindi rin po kasi nila nakita at first na yung fact po na hindi nyo alam yung purpose ng company, kahit po yung team members nyo, hindi din nila malalaman. Kumbaga, kung leader ka, kung nasa HR ka, hindi mo alam yung purpose ng kumpanya nyo, paano malalaman ng team member mo yan? And kung hindi mo siya alam, kung hindi nyo po siya na-appreciate, yung pong team members natin, hindi po sila maeengganyo na makita din yung paano yung ginagawa nila on a daily basis nakakatulong sa bigger picture ng kumpanya, which is very, very important po for us in human resources and for the leaders in the company. Kailangan po alam natin ang purpose natin. And our purpose is not about making money. It has nothing to do with earning. Ang purpose po natin is something deeper. For example po, ako in my line of work, sa training, my purpose is to help my clients succeed. At the end of the day po, my work isn't about me. It's kung paano ko po kayo matutulungan to become more successful. Yun po ang purpose ng trabaho ko. So ang tanong, kayo po, ano po ang purpose ng company nyo? And if this isn't something that you know, kailangan po ma-identify nyo ito kasi po para maging high-performing team kayo and to attract the best talent in the market, dapat po alam natin ito. Next po is to have clear expectations. Clear expectations. Kailangan po klaro sa team members natin kung ano po yung ine-expect natin. After all, kung hindi po nila alam ano yung ine-expect sa kanila, how will they know po na naging successful sila dun sa kailangan nilang gawin? Last but not least po is communication and alignment, the how. Or sabi nga po natin, paano natin matutulungan maging successful yung team members natin? So alam na nila kung ano expected sa kanila, alam nila yung purpose ng company. Ang tanong, paano natin sila susuportahan? Next po, number 4 is coaching and collaboration. Again, going back to how can we better support the team member? And last but not least, ano po yung pwedeng nating matutunan from different experiences para po mas makatulong sa team members to not make the same mistakes again and to learn from the best practices. Ayun po ang ating 5 C's of a high-performance team. Sana po, meron po akong nabanggit dito at napakita dito na medyo nakatulong po or parang na-realize natin, ay yun pala, pwede ko pa yung gawin para sa ating kumpanya. Okay, so eto na po. This brings us to our third and final step. But before I get to this, siguro po gusto ko lang po to pause at this point and to check for any questions. Kasi naintindihan ko po, medyo mabigat po ang topic natin. Pero I just wanted to check kung baka meron na pong mga questions. And I also want to check in with our hosts, sina Miss Neddy and Miss Maria. Kayo din, baka may questions po kayo so far.
Well, alam mo, when you say that, the employees are our brand ambassadors, right? I always tell the managers whose people are resigning, okay? That they are also still your brand ambassadors, so still treat them with respect. Because a lot of managers, unfortunately, say, ay, bakit ko ano yan? Aalisan na rin naman tayo, ganyan. Parang, di ba, a lot of people tend to forget that they are still your employees and they will forever be your employees, quote unquote, right? Because everywhere they go, they can actually market for you. So it just kind of feels sad na ano yun, okay, like because we always ask for like who referred you here, right, to the company, even though we're posting and all that. So we ask them, where did you see the vacancy? And a lot of it would actually be former employees, right? And the sad thing is, they always say, ma'am, baka pwede hindi ako dun sa section na yon, sa gantong section na lang. And I ask why. Kasi sabi po nung kaibigan ko, ganito, ganyan. Sino ba yung kaibigan mo? Yun yung umalis. So now, di ba, parang tayo as HR, the way I see it, it's not just employees, but it's also former employees and also how you treat the soon-to-be employees. So it's
Totoo.
something that, 'di ba? So it's something that we all have to bear in mind, that that carries everything. And like what you said, um, social media, how do we control that? I think that's my most pressing question. Kasi like, yeah, di ba? Parang, I know a lot of people would probably have like social media policies and all that. But to me, it's still a private thing. It's still their private space. But
Mhm.
then, how do you as HR now somehow like, um, I know you can't control it, di ba? But what can HR do to be able to somehow lessen the headaches we get from social media, and that people post, because of emotions and all of these things? Is there something we can do to actually make it better?
Mhm. I do agree po with you, Miss Maria, no? There are times talaga when wala eh, it's out of our control. Ako po personally, alam po ni Miss Nedy, meron po akong very dedicated troll on social media. Yeah, so parang, wow, I'm in self-development, pero my goodness, meron akong troll, di ba? It happens eh. There are times na ano po 'yan, 'di ba? Like it happens. Sometimes hindi mo alam, biglang meron kang troll for you don't know what reason. Ako pa personally hindi ko alam. Sabi ng iba baka daw na heartbroken sa akin dati. Sabi naman ng iba ako sinasabi ko baka naman ano naging competitor ko na nawala ng job opportunity because of me. I don't know. Pero the point here is I think it goes back to kailangan po, it starts from within that our team members have to be the best brand ambassadors that the company has. Ano eh, kasi that's the way to go po talaga eh. Para at the end of the day, kahit na merong mga bashers, merong mga troll, may mga negative na nasasabi, I think what is most important is nakakalamang pa rin po the good that people are saying about the company and about their experiences in the company. And usually naman po kasi, well, honestly po, it's hard to be out there as a company, as an organization. It's so easy to be targeted by social media, may maging emotional, ang daming sinasabi. Pero ako personally po, as much as possible, I wouldn't recommend na talagang biglang fight back ka. Just try to give your employees the best possible experience that you can, as well as your applicants. Kasi at the end of the day, they become your evangelizers. And yun po, I mean, that can also go viral in a sense, kumbaga.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you po. I understand it can really be challenging. I totally get that, especially with social media nga. But we do what we can. Sabi niyo nga po, ano pwedeng gawin para mabawasan ng headache? Mahirap, pero yes, we just really have to be the best brand ambassadors we could be. To give you po a similar example about being the best brand ambassador, meron po akong isang client na kino-coach ko po ito. Si client po, na-experience niya personally na meron nag-resign from former employer niya tapos nag-join sa kung nasan siya ngayon sa present employer niya. Tapos talagang nire-request na sa kanya malipat or sa kanya mag-join. And ako, sabi ko sa kanya, I'm really happy for you kasi that speaks very highly about who you are as a professional. Ganun po yung gusto natin na hinahabol tayo. Pero sana po, hindi lang one employee yung hinahabol in a positive way. Sana po yung company din talaga. And the best way nga po to do that is really to be our best selves, kumbaga. The best brand ambassadors that the company could have. Ayun po. Just a quick share kasi I had that conversation with my client just a few days ago. And sabi ko sa kanya, I'm so happy for you. That's such great feedback. Pero yun, sana it's about the company also, of course, not just one individual. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing again. Kung meron pa po kayo ibang questions, feel free po to just drop them into the chat box. We do have some time for a Q&A in a short while. But before we go to our Q&A, I just have a couple of final tips that I'd like to share with everybody. And the third step or that we are going to be looking at, the first one was to identify your baseline. The second was to identify where you want to go. And the third is to create best experiences. At the end of the day po kasi, of course, a company is made up of its people. And people make your company's branding work or not to work. That is a reality. That's honestly up to your employees if your company's branding will work or not work. And one of the best ways really to create best experiences for our employees and for the external public when they interact with the company is by being trustworthy. Trust is a big word, but it's also a big part of company branding. And meron pong mga lumalabas halimbawang trust equation, pero ngayong hapon po, ang titingnan po natin ay ang framework na tinatawag na elements of trust. Now, when I run my workshops, meron po akong ginagawang assessment for this para alam po ninyo yung inyong area of growth at area for opportunity, kumbaga. And this afternoon, hindi ko po i-run yung assessment na yon, but I just wanted to quickly walk you through the 4 elements of trust. Ang goal po kasi natin is to be strong in all 4 areas. So as a professional, reliable po ba kayo? What does this mean? Do you do what you say you will do? Do you follow up? Do you see through? Do you deliver? Kayo po ba, meron po akong ka-work, late po siya to 95% of the meetings na meron siya. Ganun po ba kayo? Or kayo po ba ay somebody who always delivers, shows up on time? The way to go about it would be to not make promises that you can't keep, and also kung alam po ninyo na hirap na kayo delivering on big projects, baka po pwedeng magkaroon kayo ng check-in meetings para ma-compel po kayo to start working on things even before the project. And again, that's something that we can talk more in the Q&A if you're interested in this. So as a professional and also as a company, are you reliable? Next, acceptance. Kayo po ba as a professional, and is your company something that is accepting? Meron po tayong tinatawag ngayon na very popular na concept called diversity and inclusion. Kayo po ba ay a company that is considered to be diverse and inclusive of team members, regardless of their background and regardless of their preferences? So ang acceptance po means that you treat others with respect and importance, and you make others feel na even if they make mistakes, even if they have limitations, na okay lang, we can move forward together, we can learn from each other. Do you not make others feel judged or criticized or inferior? Yan po ay kasama sa being accepting. How do you become more accepting? Sabi natin dito, practice putting yourself in the shoes of others and accepting others for who and what they are. Next stop, kayo po ba as a professional and as a company, are you open? Are you honest? Are you straightforward? Do you not hide details? Kung confidential, sabihin ninyong confidential. Just be upfront with people. How do you practice becoming more open? Practice telling people how you feel, what you think, and what you believe. And last but not least, as a company and as a professional, are you congruent? Do you not play games? Do you not have hidden agenda? Do you walk your talk? Is it na kung ano yung sabihin mo, yun din yung ginagawa mo? Or pabago-bago ka pa, depending on kung sino yung kausap mo, kasi baka hindi ka magustuhan kung hindi ka mag-change ng kahit na slightly ng iyong sinasabi. Now, how do you become more congruent? Sabi nga natin dito, do not change what you are saying depending on whom you are dealing with. Ito po ang ating elements of trust. This is something that can also help you become even more trustworthy as a company and as a professional, and ang goal is to be strong in all 4 areas. Now, let's just quickly recap some of our key discussion points this afternoon. Unang-una, every one of your employees is a brand ambassador. So take care of your employees and your applicants, and they become your company's evangelizers. Pangalawa, your company needs to have an honest review of its strength and opportunity areas. You need to know where to grow so you know how to grow. Next tip po natin ngayong hapon, every team member should know the company's purpose. Absolutely every team member. Kung ito po ay hindi nyo alam, baka po panahon na, hindi po natin sinasabing vision or mission na. Purpose po. The very reason why your company exists. You need to know this, bawat isang empleyado po natin. Number 4 po, aim towards becoming a high-performing, unified team as an organization because this will help you attract, engage, and retain top talent. At panglima po nating insight from today's talk, in a world where authenticity and safe spaces increasingly become important, be holistically trustworthy. This also helps protect your external communications and virality on social media. So yan po ang ating key insights from today's talk. Medyo marami lang po tayong frameworks pero sana po ito'y nakatulong para po ma-enrich ang ating learning and development. And sabi nga po ni F. Scott Fitzgerald, parang mahirap. Well, sabi niya, nothing any good isn't hard. Now, meron po tayong time for a Q&A today, but if you have any questions even after today, feel free po to reach out to me online. And all you have to do is actually search the hashtag #SuperWithCooper. Pwede nyo rin po akong hanapin on specific platforms. And pwede rin po kayong mag-take advantage of all the free content po that I put out there. Maraming salamat po for having me. Back to you, Miss Maria and Miss Nelly.
Okay, we are opening our Q&A this afternoon, Ma'am Maria. So sa lahat po ng participant here in Zoom, you could raise your hand using the icon para po mas marinig din naman po namin kayo this afternoon sa inyong mga question with our speaker mentor this afternoon ulit. How about sa Facebook po, ang ating participant? Ang hirap pala na may Facebook na may Zoom pa. Pero meron ako isang question dito, ma'am, na nabanggit. Wait lang po. Pasahin ko lang. Nasya na siya. Bakit daw po kailangan na yung top talent ay crucial sa success ng employer branding initiative? Paano daw po ba makaka-attract yon sa business? At paano siya ma-retain effectively?
Okay, so parang meron po akong tatlong tanong na napipick up dyan, Miss Mary. Oo. Isa-isahin po natin. Ano po ulit yung una? Bakit importante to attract?
Yung mga top talent para sa success ng employer branding.
Okay, so yun po muna ang unahin natin. And ako po personally, I think maganda po for us to be able to attract top talent because that will also help push our company's performance. So kung gusto po natin na talagang maging successful ang company natin in the long term, maganda po na meron tayong top talent na na-challenge po at natutulungan ang ating company to become even more successful. After all, hindi po ba natin gugustuhin, especially po for key positions in the company, yung pong magagaling ang nandyan, yung pong mga top talent. So yun po ang first, ang isang question na na-pick up po. Ano po yung ating next question, Ms. Nelly?
The next question is, siyempre ma'am, bakit siya naging crucial yung top talent? Yung po bang top talent po man na yun ay talagang makaka-attract sa business?
Makaka-attract sa business. Okay. So ang intindi ko po dito is kung meron po ba tayong top talent, mas magiging successful ang business natin? Tama, parang ganun po yung intindi ko, no? Okay. So I think po, na-address din po natin yon dun sa na-mention ko pong answer kanina, na kapag po kasi we have top talent in key positions, then definitely matutulungan po talaga ang business natin to grow. After all, I think karamihan naman po sa atin, gusto po talaga na ang company natin, ang negosyo, ay patuloy po na mag-grow or mag-bloom. Konti lang naman po yung na-experience ko na hindi comfortable na kami, ayaw na namin ng growth. Karamihan po talaga, gusto po talagang mag-grow ang negosyo natin. And ano po yung last question natin doon, Ms. Nelly?
Paano po ma-retain yung top talent effectively?
So I think po na yung pong ating mga strategy na na-share ngayong hapon that can definitely help us retain those the top talent. So kung babalikan po natin yung ating mga discussion ngayong hapon, yun po ang mabibigay ko sa inyong tips para po ma-address itong question na to.
How about you, Ma'am Maria? Meron bang question dyan? Ma'am Jem, Ma'am Maria? Actually, this afternoon na ano naman na napuntahan naman lahat yung ating how to master the employer branding. Kaya parang napakalinaw naman. Siguro tong question na to, baka question to kanina pa. Late ko lang nabasa. Tapos nasagot na agad siya ni Ma'am Doreen during the presentation. Tama ba, Ma'am Doreen? Yung question niya kasi parang
Siguro nga po, ma'am.
marami pa. Ma'am, may isang question dito. After pandemic, a lot of company transition from office-based to hybrid or work from home setup. At the moment, how can we increase employer brand? We are full on-site while applicants preferred hybrid or work from home. How can we attract, retain more talent?
Salamat po sa question na to. Actually, karamihan po ng client ko, yan ang main challenge sa kanilang applicants. In fact, marami po ang pinaka-problema nila, okay na lahat. Biglang nagbigay ng offer, nag-turn down dahil kailangan on-site for 2 to 3 days ang kanilang dun sila kailangan ng employer nila. So anong pwede nating gawin? To be honest po, this just means na hindi po sila yung target natin na employees. Ano po ibig ko nitong sabihin? Kasi nga po nag-iba ang preferences ng employees ever since the pandemic. And totoo po yan. Karamihan po gusto hybrid or work from home. So ang ibig lang po nitong sabihin na maybe, kumbaga, kung dati po meron tayong 10 options na good talent pool, ngayon po kumonte. Kasi nga po, yung iba ang preference. Gusto puro work from home. Or iba, gusto hybrid, full on-site tayo. So, ibig lang po nitong sabihin, siguro, na this is a great opportunity para mas maging creative pagdating sa ating recruitment strategies. Pero I fully believe po na kung talagang strong ang employer brand natin, at maipractice niyo po yung mga na-share po nating tips ngayong hapon, this increases the chances na kumbaga kung sa 10, hindi po 2 lang yung magiging options natin, 10 parang pwede nating i-final offer. Kasi iba, ayaw mag-negotiate with us. Baka po yung kung maganda talaga yung employer brand natin sa 10, kahit man lang maging 5, yung options natin. Kasi kung talagang attractive po ang employer brand natin, mas madali pong mag-negotiate with applicants. Mas mahirap pong mag-negotiate kung hindi maganda ang employer brand. Kasi isipin lang, may iba pa naman akong options dyan. Pero kung talagang top of mind tayo, maganda yung option natin as an employer brand, they want na, ay gusto ko to sa resume ko kasi magaling tong company na to. Maganda to be part of this company. Aalagaan ako in this company. Then, magkakaroon din po tayo ng more options pagdating sa pag-attract at pag-retain ng more talent. Sana po nakatulong po. Again, it goes back to i-practice po natin yung tips na na-share natin because then, mas magkakaroon po tayo ng power na mag-negotiate sa mga aplikante. And again, this is again a great opportunity para po mas maging creative din on how we can recruit talent na okay po sa kanila to be fully on-site. I hope that helps po.
Unmute ka, Ma'am Maria.
Hindi, naalala ko lang nga. Yan nga, ganyan din ang mga problema na namin ngayon. Para akala nila napakadali na rin maghanap ng trabaho na ito.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, coming from a manufacturing company naman din kasi kami. Parang, in terms of where we are in location, we are in Pulilan, Bulacan. No? There are a lot of different companies also in our area. The whole strip, we have big name companies. So it's really challenging to let people know that we're here. One of the challenges that I have, our head office doesn't like it when we post we post little vacancies outside the door. They don't like that. Eh, para sa akin, we're in a barangay. And parang a lot of people really have to know, even though those who are just passing by, have awareness that, hey, we are hiring, we are constantly hiring. Because we have high walls and all that eh. Parang, aside from social media, aside from employees, parang ako personally, I find it challenging to market um our vacancies. Especially now nga with social media, parang ano pa ba pwede ko pa bang gawin? Para may market pa kami kung nasaan kami ngayon. Malapit na ako magpaano sa TV. Kaso wala na rin TV ngayon, lahat na sa YouTube na. So, investing in a good marketing campaign probably is something in the works also. But what can we do as a company, not who doesn't have a big budget and all, ano? Have you had, do you, maybe you can share some ideas how we can do this by ourselves? Parang, kasi TikTok din, at my age, I'm not so sure. Parang, TikTok na ba talaga ngayon? Minsan sa mga tao ko, magano tayo ng TikTok, ganyan. Sabi ko, talagang social media na ba talaga? Or maybe, kasi our head office doesn't find it tasteful, unfortunately. But then, since this is the trend, here in the Philippines, so how do you now marry different worlds to be able to accept, concepts like, our head office is in the Netherlands, we are here in the Philippines, and then, here's very social media. They actually wanted LinkedIn only, but then now, yun nga eh, we are still a Facebook country, so to speak, right? So how do you suggest we can marry both or something, or meet halfway? I don't, may ganun akong challenges lately.
Mhm. Ako po, Miss Maria, before, ang isang naging effective po when I was still in HR, although of course this was more than 10 years ago already na I was employed and trends have changed. Ang isa po talaga malaking nakatulong sa amin was working with headhunters, to be honest. Kasi for some reason, there are times na mas magaling lang sila mag-tap into certain networks, into certain markets. Speaking of which, it usually also helps to have a big network because if you post on social media, then that also allows you more exposure to your network and maybe they could help pass the word along. And in fact, meron po akong mga kakilala na employers who ask me for referrals. Hindi naman po ako headhunter, so hindi po ako naniningil. So I post about it and I think I've helped some people find jobs na rin po without charging. Pero yon, so sa LinkedIn ko po ginagawa yon. So definitely LinkedIn can help. Although apart from that, I do agree na it might be awkward to like force going on TikTok and maybe the company might be not so keen on doing that. What I do share with some clients also is it might help to here's the thing, it helps to create brand awareness even before you need to use your brand awareness. So say for example, maybe your company could have some short videos that can help people in general, like target a certain niche. So when the time comes na kailangan nyo po mag-recruit for certain positions, it's easier to get the word out there kasi you already have a following in a certain niche. I don't know if that makes sense. Like say for example, insurance agents. So right now, I don't know kung na-experience niyo po ito, yung biglang may nagbe-message na binibentahan kayo ng insurance. Na-experience ko rin yun eh. To be honest, I don't think that's the best way to sell insurance. Kasi I think the better way to go about it would be to create awareness around something. Like better yung mga route ng mga nagkikreate ng information around ano ba yung mga different products that are available. Kumbaga, serve the clients before sharing something that you need from them. Like we're looking for employees with this kind of background. So kumbaga, start building your employee brand before you need to start building your employee brand account before you need to withdraw na you need help in recruiting for certain positions, na you need like kumbaga kilala na nila si brand, nagkaroon na ng exposure before you even need to ask them for referrals, to help pass the word around, or baka kayo interested. Kasi now, talagang more than anything, naha-highlight na employment is a partnership. It's not a one-way street na kailangan ko po ng trabaho, i-hire nyo ako. Because of the options nowadays na meron ngang mga, di ba work from home na lang ako. At the end of the day, it's really become a partnership na this is what I can offer you as a potential team member, and what can you offer me as an employer. So start po with building the awareness around your brand if your head office will allow that. And then you can use that also to as information blast campaigns for certain things like vacancies. Apart from that, I'm trying to think po, no, so headhunters might still work, and yung ganun na information campaigns on social media, and you don't even need to advertise. As long as you find your niche, if you use the proper hashtag, you will find your niche talaga. Another thing also, depends din po kasi on the vacancy. If you're looking for executives, and that's a different route, of course, sa recruitment altogether. And usually executive search firms are more helpful, or definitely referrals pa rin po. Meron pa rin ganon. So yun, it's hard to get creative nowadays. It's not impossible, but it is hard. But I hope na kahit papano I was able to maybe it wasn't a new idea, but maybe just to affirm certain practices that your company already has. Again, at the end of the day, it also depends on the position, but maybe if you can start building your employees or your company's brand right now, then when the time comes nga that you need to recruit or something, then you have a good following na people are interested to apply to your company. Sorry. Yeah, I hope it helps.
Oo, that actually makes sense. Oo nga naman, deposit ka muna bago ka mag-withdraw.
Exactly.
Diba? Oo.
Oo.
Oh, all right. Okay, we have another question though.
Partnership talaga yung tingin, I was just saying.
Oh yeah, oo. Partnership talaga yan.
Yes.
We do have a question. Can you share employer branding metrics to measure success aside from ENPS?
Sorry, what's ENPS? I just want to understand.
Employee Net Promoter Score.
Okay. All right. So, employer branding metrics to measure success, it honestly depends on what you're trying to measure. I think at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. Kanina, I shared with you guys the Gallup Q12 framework. That could be a measure in itself. If you check how people are answering the questions that you are laying out. So it goes back to how or what exactly is it that you're trying to measure. And then number two, also identifying if you want to go quantitative or qualitative. So, at the end of the day, those are some of the things that you want to be very clear with. You can use any of the frameworks that I've shared. Actually, yung 5 C's of a high performance team, pwede nyo rin siyang gawing qualitative. Yes or no? Check nyo lang yung yes, no, maybe, or like a 5-point score. Gawin nyo siyang parang survey. Pwede nyo rin siyang gawing qualitative. Kumbaga, na ano yung mga explanation ng mga tao. I know our company's purpose already. So again, it goes back to what are you trying to measure? And then identify, do you want to go qualitative or quantitative? And then, di ba, meron tayong levels of evaluation. So go back to that also. Pwedeng smiley face lang yan or frowning face. Pwedeng ganun kasimple. Or it could be a little bit deeper, kumbaga. So lots and lots of things that you may want to consider. I hope I gave you some things to think about. So apart from your ENPS, I hope that those are some things that you can consider.
Yes, ma'am. Nakatulong naman talaga siya. Kagaya nga ng sabi ni ma'am kanina, ulitin ko lang ulit, kailangan mo natin mag-deposit bago tayo mag-withdraw.
Yes.
Meron tayong pahabol na question here. Can we accept this question, Ma'am Maria?
We had Miss Doreen. Is it okay? We have
Yeah.
another one? Okay. So, how can we maintain a good employer branding in a startup shared services division? As we know, serving a lot of companies is really difficult to establish and strengthen the branding, knowing that we have a different market that we need to cater, target to. We are still in the process of learning and growing. How can we be able to use the current branding to other new companies we are building?
All right. Thank you very much for the question. I think, Miss Kalin, I would go back to yung sabi natin na purpose, to be honest. So first things first, what is your company's purpose? If you remember the story I shared earlier, I mentioned that I had this client and they didn't know what their purpose was. I mean, we kept drilling down into the purpose. Akala nila their purpose was their job on a day-to-day basis, which was, for example, I said to process documents. Pero it turned out, hindi yun eh. That is how they are able to achieve their purpose. Pero ang purpose nila, if you remember, I said threefold. Number one, to make their client successful. Number two is to provide income and jobs for employees of their clients. And number three, it's honestly para sa ekonomiya that they are able to provide more jobs for the Philippine economy. I say that as an example because they were also a shared services company. And even if you have many different clients, at the end of the day, you are the company eh. Kumbaga, marami ka mang kliyente, pero ikaw yung kumpanya. Ako po, it's the same. I work with different clients on an almost daily basis. At times po, I deliver talks and workshops and coaching 6 days a week. Pero my clients are not what define me. What defines me is ano po ba yung purpose ko as a professional. And at the end of the day, I'm the business eh, kasi I'm self-employed. I'm a consultant who works with different organizations, kumbaga, through my training partners. I mentioned that my purpose is to help my clients become successful. I would encourage you to think around the same line, no? So whether you are like me na thinking, how do I fit into all of this? And to me, it's really to make my client successful. Or maybe, ang mas makaka-relate po kayo dun sa client ko na nasa shared services din po na line of work. At the end of the day, you have to identify what exactly is my purpose because that will help you help your clients even better. I mean, imagine nyo po, if I didn't know my purpose in terms of being a business, there might be instances when tatanggap po ako ng trabaho just for the sake of like the kita, the pera, pero without realizing na ay hindi, ang purpose ko kasi is to help my clients become successful. So honestly po, if I know hindi ko kayang tulungan yung kliyente, hindi ko po tinatanggap yung trabaho. That is, you know, if that goes back to my core, yung integrity and yung purpose. And I would encourage your company to do the same. What is your purpose? Why do you do what you do every day? Sabi nga po ng isang former coffee ad, para kanino ka bumabangon sa umaga. So yun po ang isang malaking makaka-identify how you can move forward towards serving your clients even better. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Doreen. Very well said. Anyway po, sa lahat ng ating mga ka-HR dyan, syempre bago kami magbigay pa ng mag-share na another screen, I would like to request muna po kasi may mga naglalag na kasi. Nagme-message sa akin, naglalag na. Humihingi na ang internet kasi dahil nga po sa weather. We would like to request everyone to please open your video for our mandatory picture taking. Ayan. Mandatory na siya lagi kay HR Calabarzon. Hi, Ma'am Michelle. Hi, Ma'am Jeneline. How about the others? Ma'am Maurice, Ma'am Shanda, Ma'am Hannah, Ma'am Kate, Ma'am Joanna. Hindi ko na kayo maisip sa kay Ma'am Leslie na nag-heart. Ayan. Ma'am Doreen, thank you. Thank you for always having you with HR Calabarzon. Ayan. So let's count po ba? Ay, ayun. Ayaw ng aking monitor. Yun. Okay, let's all smile. 1, 2, 3. How about sa pa? Nakuha ko po ba lahat, Ma'am Jem? Hindi. Meron pa akong minakuha. Smile pa po. 1, 2. Nagpabebe si Ned. Okay po. HR Calabarzon would like to thank Ma'am Doreen for, syempre, for sharing her ever. Lagi na lang po na talagang hindi niya kami natatanggihan. For, syempre, ma'am, feeling ko marami na kayo naipon na e-certificate from HR Calabarzon. HR Calabarzon would like to thank again and present this certificate of appreciation to Ma'am Doreen Cooper for sharing her invaluable knowledge and expertise as speaker for the 112th HRE Knowledge Series entitled Mastering Employer Branding, Attract, Engage, and Retain Top Talent via Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook Live from 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock, given this 24th day of August 2024. Signed by our Corporate Secretary, Ms. Tasmira de Guzman, and your Founder President, Nedy Estrella. Again, Ma'am Doreen, thank you so much. Magkita po tayo sa summit, Ma'am Doreen. So I hope to see you at sa lahat po ng mga ka-HR dyan na gusto pong mag-avail ng e-certificate sa learning this afternoon. Our fee or the payment is a minimal fee of 50 pesos per webinar through GCash 0919-009-6339. The link and the QR codes will be posted on the chat box at ipopost po natin after this. Ito po ay open until Sunday, bukas po ng 12 midnight. Ang e-certificate po ay ipapadala sa inyo after 3 working days after the webinar issuance, excluding Saturday, Sunday, and holiday. Sa pagkakabilang po natin sa Friday po, ipapadala sa inyo ang e-certificate. Please take note that the payment of 50 pesos is non-refundable and we do not entertain e-certificate requests via email nor private messages for auditing purposes. Ito po ang ating QR code para sa GCash 0919-009-6339. At ang ating QR code para naman po sa ating e-certificate, ito na po. Ma'am Doreen, while naka-post po ang ating Google form, can you please invite our participants sa Facebook Live? Kung meron po kayong mga learnings or mga public learnings na pwede po naming ma-attenan or kung paano po kami makakapag-reach out sa inyo.
Thank you very much, Miss Nedy. So definitely po, you can just type the hashtag #SuperWithCooper. Ano po yan? Marami po tayong resources online on different platforms. Pati po sa Spotify, meron din po akong mga playlist dyan. Yun po ang mga ginagamit kong playlist when I run my workshops. Feel free po to use, to take advantage of all these free resources. Baka po makatulong to help you build a great culture in your company. Feel free din po to share with your employees. Lahat po ng mga free resources natin on TikTok. Yes, may TikTok po tayo. On Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Marami po tayong iba-ibang mga platforms. And YouTube, marami din po tayong mga free videos dyan na pwede po kayong matuto. Also, meron po akong mga upcoming workshops. Dalawa po. One is on presentation skills and one is on effective communication. Magre-release po ng information on that in the coming weeks. And sana po matake advantage po natin yon kasi honestly po, bihira po ako may public workshops. Usually po, dedicated po for companies. Pero ito po, meron po tayo before the end of 2024. Meron po tayong 2 public workshops na lalabas. Again, that's on effective communication and another one on presentation skills. And please stay tuned po kasi I'll be releasing more information on those in the coming weeks. Salamat po, Ms. Ned.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Doreen. Thank you, Ma'am Maria. Thank you, Ma'am Jem. At thank you, mga ka-HR. Muli magkita-kita po tayo next week para sa part 2 ng ating employment. Mali. Nakalimutan ko yung title. Employment termination. Do's and don'ts. Sorry po kasi sa sobrang overwhelm ko last week, last week, dahil talaga naman pong napakadami pong may question at hindi nasagot ng ating mga lawyer, ng ating mga labor law lawyer last Saturday. Kaya po magkakaroon tayo ng part 2 para po sa ating mga katanungan. Pwede nyo po yung i-chat na po sa HR Calabarzon o through all the board and volunteer ng HR para po ma-collate na namin yung question at masagot po ito sa August 31 via Zoom, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Muli mga ka-HR, maraming salamat at magkita-kita po ulit tayo. Magkita po tayo sa second HR E-Knowledge Summit on November 16. See you all! Bye po! Bye Ma'am Doreen, thank you. Kita po tayo sa November 16. Bye Ma'am Jem, bye Ma'am Maria.
Thank you po. Ingat.
Thank you ma'am.
Much everyone.